Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're a founder, an executive, or running a family office, you already know that information is your absolute most valuable asset. But how much of that asset is just walking straight out the front door through your daily text messages? Today, we're bringing you a completely jargon-free, critical briefing on business communication security. We're basing this on rigorous 2026 intelligence from Atlant Security. Because, let's face it, your texts carry deal terms, travel plans, and wire instructions. So we're going to rank and look at the top 7 secure messaging apps that actually protect that data, how each one handles your privacy, and why the old ways of communicating, well, they're officially dead. And when I say the old ways are dead, I am really not being dramatic here. If you still kind of think encrypted messaging is just for the paranoid, you have to consider the monumental shift that happened in late 2024. During the Salt Typhoon intrusions, state-linked hackers actually penetrated major U.S. telecom carriers. They gained access to systems handling calls, texts, and even lawful intercept infrastructure. It was so bad that it prompted the FBI and CISA to do something totally unprecedented. They publicly urged Americans to use end-to-end encrypted apps for calls and texts. The U.S. government itself literally told you that standard communications are vulnerable.
So the bottom line is this. Ordinary telecom networks are compromised. SMS is just no longer safe for business. Period. If your text messages are carrying sensitive M&A details, negotiation tactics, or legal strategies, sending them over standard SMS is a massive, unacceptable liability. It's honestly like shouting your corporate strategy in a crowded public square. For executives and decision makers, moving to secure messaging isn't some debate anymore. It is the absolute baseline for doing business.
So here's a quick look at how we'll break this down. First, evaluating security. Second, our top 7 secure messengers. Third, the truth about popular apps. And finally, essential security best practices.
All right, let's jump right into part 1, evaluating security and really moving beyond just basic encryption. Because here's the thing, every single app we're going to talk about today provides end-to-end encryption for your message content. That's just table stakes at this point. True security requires looking a lot deeper. We have to move beyond just encrypting the words and look at how the app handles the rest of your digital footprint, specifically your metadata posture. Now, metadata is essentially the data about your data. It reveals who you talk to, when you talk to them, from where, and how often. In the business world, this is your entire relationship graph. Just imagine you're a CEO and suddenly you have a massive spike in messaging traffic with a competitor's leadership team late at night. Even if the messages themselves are encrypted, that metadata alone can easily leak an impending merger or acquisition. Metadata can seriously be just as damaging as the words themselves. So how exactly do we evaluate these apps? Well, we use strict, unyielding criteria. First up, identity requirements. Does the app demand your phone number, or can you stay totally anonymous? Second, code transparency. Marketing claims mean absolutely nothing without open source code and independent cryptography audits. Third, jurisdiction. Is it governed by a nonprofit, Swiss privacy laws, or maybe a decentralized network? And fourth, honest usability. Because let's be real, an app that your board of directors or your family finds too difficult to actually use, that protects absolutely nothing. Moving on to part 2, the top 7 secure messengers and your strategic choices for 2026. Here is the landscape right at a glance. We've got Signal, Threema, SimpleX, Session, Element, Wire, and Silent Phone. Notice the incredibly diverse approaches here. We're looking at everything from free US nonprofits to paid Swiss vaults, from minimal metadata collection to apps with 0 user identifiers whatsoever. Business leaders care deeply about jurisdiction and pricing models, and honestly, this just proves there is no one-size-fits-all solution. It depends entirely on your specific organizational needs. Let's start by comparing the heavy hitters. Signal versus Threema. Signal remains the absolute gold standard. It's free, it's open source, and it was recently hardened with post-quantum encryption, which basically means it protects your current conversations against future supercomputers that might try to crack them. Its main limitation? It does require a phone number to register, though they do have usernames now to help hide that number. On the flip side, Threema is your Swiss option. You pay a one-time fee of about $5 or $6, and you get a completely anonymous ID. No phone number or email is ever needed. It's incredibly compliance-friendly, which makes it hugely popular with European businesses. Now, if you have a genuinely elevated threat model, say you're dealing with hostile litigation or targeted surveillance concerns, you really need to look at SimpleX Chat. SimpleX has the strongest metadata protection of any mainstream option out there because it uses 0 user identifiers. No phone number, no username, no persistent ID at all. It uses paired one-way queues, meaning it's kind of like a digital dead drop. The servers relaying the conversation literally cannot see who is talking to whom. Now, it's a bit of a rougher user experience compared to Signal, but the anonymity is just unmatched.
Then we have session, which takes a totally different route to anonymity, and that's decentralization. There's no central server anywhere and no phone number required. Your messages are onion routed, meaning they're wrapped in layers of encryption and bounced through a distributed network. That ensures no single relay knows both where the message came from and where it's going. It's perfect for those who prioritize having absolutely zero central operator. Just a quick note though, its custom cryptography modifications do carry slightly less independent validation than Signal's established protocol. For broader organizational collaboration, we look at Element versus Wickr. Element is built on the Matrix network, and it actually allows a family office or law firm to self-host their own home server. This means total, absolute ownership of your communication stack. No third party involved at all. But, it does require real IT skills to run. Wickr, conversely, is an enterprise-focused subscription platform hosted in Germany and Switzerland. It offers managed, scalable collaboration with fully auditable admin controls, making it pretty much perfect for leadership teams who want top-tier security without the IT headache. Finally, rounding out the top 7, we have Silent Phone. Now, this is a niche subscription choice, but a really vital one. It's the voice specialist. While other apps treat voice calling as just another feature, Silent Phone treats hardened, encrypted calling as its core product, using highly specialized cryptographic voice protocols like ZRTP. This one is specifically for negotiators, security teams, and executives operating in high-risk jurisdictions where literal call interception is a daily, realistic threat.
All right, let's get into part 3, the truth about popular apps and busting some incredibly dangerous myths. We really need to talk about these popular apps because I guarantee you, executives right now are making critical mistakes by believing standard consumer apps are secure enough for corporate use. So here's our rapid-fire reality check. Telegram? It is not end-to-end encrypted by default. Its standard cloud chats are completely readable on Telegram servers. It is a social platform, not a secure messenger. What about WhatsApp? Well, it does encrypt the content, but Meta tracks your massive metadata envelope. They might not know exactly what you said to your competitor, but they know exactly when and how often you said it. iMessage is fantastic until your standard iCloud backup betrays you by storing a readable copy of your history in Apple's cloud. You absolutely must turn on advanced data protection. And SMS, or those green bubble RCS messages, they're simply not private. They are readily intercepted. Which brings us to part 4, essential security best practices that go way beyond the app itself. Because here's the harsh truth. Flawless encryption is completely, utterly useless if it gets defeated by sloppy operational habits. You have to think beyond just downloading a secure app. So here is your mandatory executive checklist. Step 1, turn on disappearing messages. I highly recommend a 1-week default. A message that no longer exists cannot be leaked or subpoenaed. Step 2, verify safety numbers or QR codes in person to stop imposters from sliding into the middle of your chats. Step 3, secure the device itself. Keep your OS updated and use strong biometric passcodes. And step 4, this is crucial, protect your phone number with a SIM lock with your carrier. If an attacker tricks your carrier into hijacking your phone number, they can intercept all your app registration codes and it's game over. Which leaves us with this ultimate reality check to consider. Secure messaging is just one layer of the fortress. Is the rest of your digital life the actual target? Because think about it. A compromised phone, a hacked email, a weak home network, or a vulnerable cloud account exposes absolutely every message before it is encrypted and after it is decrypted. Installing Signal takes maybe 5 minutes, but defending your business means locking down your entire digital ecosystem. Are you leaving the back door wide open? Take this intelligence, upgrade your communications today, and please, don't make it easy for them.